Let's go, folks. Fired up, baby. Cornell Kevin is calling in momentarily. We are here. We are live. We have the greatest round of wrestling happening at 8 Eastern tonight, folks. And we have the quarterfinals we're going to talk about. Semifinals we're going to recap. Penn State has 8 semifinalists. Still possible. 8 champions. 2 Penn Staters are out. Two Penn Staters are out. Braden Davis and Mirasola. Penn State is still tracking to be the greatest team of all time and score the most team points of all time. Some other team notes while we wait on Cornell Kevin. Okay, Iowa as a team way overperforming. I am a proud Hawkeye fan right now, folks. We're going to break it all down. 2, not 1, 2 Ferraris in the semifinals. Shout out Angelo, my boy Angelo. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, Cornell, 0 semifinalists. Cornell Kevin calling in here. He's a busy man. We're going to be asking him a lot of tough questions tonight. I was not happy to see Shapiro go down. Let me tell you right now, I was rooting harder for Shapiro than anyone else. We're going to break all that down. Oklahoma State, 3 freshman All-Americans already. Okay, LaDarian Lockett goes down. And if you saw the end of that match in the winner's bracket, that's something to talk about. And how about the Nebraska Cornhuskers? Nebraska with a real shot at second place here. And shout out to the website Matt Savant, I believe it is, with the real-time live tracking. And I love that. I love that. And if you're not in real-time live tracking in Wrestle Madness, you want to be involved in that as well. Wrestle Madness, I think they have a second chance thing going, but I'm in the upper third, but, you know, there's a lot of matches that did not pan out my way, and up on the screen you see it here. Cornell Kevin here, folks. We're live. Join in the comments, and maybe we'll take a couple calls here, but we're going to be talking about all these quarterfinal matchups, breaking those down, and then previewing the semifinal matchups tonight, 8 Eastern. It's going to be absolute fire. It's the great. It's Blood Round, baby. The dog bone of wrestling. The greatest. Okay, it's going to be a few minutes. All right, Cornell Kevin, he's got to warm up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'll kind of talk through this while we wait to hear from Cornell Kevin at 125. Let's start. It was Lillidahl over Peterson. And I got to give it to Dean Peterson. He gave Lillidahl a run for his money. And if I really want to go, I took notes as we went through this, folks. And I'm sure Penn State Wayne is a happy man right now. Penn State looking good. It is a little unfortunate. Davis already out. Mirasola out. Mirasola lost a tough one there. We'll talk about that. But before, it was Peterson, Lillidahl. Lillidahl wins in the overtime ride-out. Dean Peterson's defense up against Lillidahl was pretty incredible to me. I thought that was Tom Brands. Hats off to Tom Brands right now, because Iowa was looking great as a program. That was the best version of Dean Peterson, and what a tough fight that was for Lillidahl. Now he's going to be going up against Seymour, okay, who prevailed there over Spratley in that quarterfinal matchup. So I do expect to see Lillidahl win there. On the other end of the bracket, you just saw 125. This is what we really expected. The shakeup, it wasn't the shakeup I expected. Moran and McGowan is your semifinal on the other side. Bouzakis, I believe, out. And it's Van Treska getting upset. Van Treska, I had him pretty locked in. But I still think at this moment, Lillidahl's got to be your favorite. And, boy, on the other side of the bracket, Moran, McGowan, I could see that going either way. Join in the comments. Larry Steele. By the way, I think I'm ahead of you, Larry Steele, in Madness right now. You know, I'm not first in maybe the OGs, but I think I am ahead of you, Larry. And, you know, if I don't win, second place to me would be defeating Larry Steele. But we'll come back to this to get Kevin's thoughts here. Going on 133, it was Jax Forrest really looking like the animal I've been saying that he was all season long. Jax Forrest is dominating. However, Aaron Seidel I don't know. You kind of wish he was on the other side of the bracket. I picked this semifinal perfectly. You have Forrest, Seidel, Blaze, Davino. Now, Seidel, Forrest, I'm going to say this right now, could be the greatest single match of this tournament when it's all said and done. Because the way Jax Forrest is wrestling, the way Aaron Seidel is wrestling right now, Seidel with a tech fall over Kyler Larkin. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Aaron Seidel fans, Virginia Tech fans. And if you're on the other side, Penn State, Blaze edges out Ayala. I had that as an upset alert match. Again, I was a little disappointed in Ayala. And maybe it's just Blaze's defense, okay? Because Blaze's defense is that good. But ultimately, Blaze prevails, and then it's Davino absolutely putting it on Lucas Bird. A couple notes I wanted to read here. Seidel beat up Larkin. It was 11-1 after the first period. Seidel was up on Larkin, and he just physically beat him up. I really think there's a chance that Seidel can beat Jax Forrest as good as Jax Forrest has looked. And then Davino dominated Bird. Davino was up 10-2 after the first period and finished 14-5. Davino. I mean, I have Davino picked to beat Blaze and Forrest over Seidel, but I could very easily see Seidel winning that. To me, that, like I said, look out at the end when this tournament's all said and done. The Forrest Seidel match could be the match of the tournament. I'll move on here, give my quick thoughts. Cornell Kevin, any moment here, any moment, dude. He's got a lot of stuff going on, preparing his thoughts. He's not happy. He's not a very happy camper right now. I know that. But 141, Mendez over Von Bar, expected. Stanich over Echemendia. No shocker there. Hardy over Cornella. Now, here's where we start with Cornell because I had actually picked Cornella to beat Hardy. The way that Cornella had looked going into this match, the way he looked yesterday, I thought there's no way. Hardy is so crafty when you get in on his legs. Maybe the most crafty guy in the country. And then it is Vega prevailing over Bailey. I thought another potential upset alert. Can Iowa pull this out? No, not quite. Vega, still that guy. You get a Hardy-Vega matchup on that side, that semifinal. And would I be shocked to see Hardy win? No, but I am going to go Vega here, and I am going to go Mendez here. And that's the matchup everyone has wanted all season long. So Mendez still looking like that dude. Now, moving on here, talking about looking like that dude. I look at my notes, Shane Van Ness, Casey Swiderski. Okay, my notes literally say dead even. These guys are dead even, essentially, because that's what it came down to. Stalemate call right at the end before a Van Ness takedown, right at the end of, was that overtime or? That was regulation because then it was Van Ness with a takedown in the literal final second of sudden victory to beat Swiderski. And that one hurt if you're a Cowboy. That one really hurt if you're a Cowboy, and this could very well be the toughest match of the tournament if you ask me for Van Ness. Because if you look at Lamer Young, talk about a shakeup this quad. Lamer. And this is one of the guys who's given the Cornhuskers a real shot at being a second-place team here. Chance Lamer, now if you look at his path here, I mean, the man, Chance Lamer, I mean, we all expected Biskins and Guy here, and that is not what we got at all because it was Lamer over Zargo, it was Lamer over Guy, and then it was Lamer over Carter Young, who unexpectedly beat Coy Biskins. And I do believe Biskins and Guy are both still alive. I have to confirm that in your blood round matchups. Kevin's going to be joining us here shortly, folks. Kevin's getting his ducks in a row. As we wait for Kevin to get his ducks in a row and give us his reaction on the other side of the 149, you got McNeil and Valencia. Now, I did pick McNeil. Nobody picked Valencia. Maybe somebody did pick Valencia. I had Joy and Styles in that quarterfinal. but it's Valencia who upsets Joy. And here we go. Back to Cornell. I had Joy pick to make the finals. Cornell, this is, and here's the thing. If you look, Jackson Joy was up 7-1 in this match before really losing it in the third period and ultimately losing 12-9. But he was up 7-1. Jackson Joy up 7-1 in this match. I do believe Wazlewski was up on McNeil before McNeil got a pin as well. Lamer just dominates. I mean, maybe Lamer. Could you see Lamer Van Ness? That's crazy, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you do maybe have real questions if you're a Cornell fan, because now we're going to move on to 157 here. PJ Duke over Cannon. PJ Duke still looks like that dude, and frankly, PJ Duke, we saw what he did to Antrell Taylor, and now you expect Antrell Taylor to make the finals. PJ Duke, is he not your front runner for Hodge? PJ Duke has got to be the front runner for your Hodge right now at this point. I got to move my mic so I can read the comments better, folks. But, all right, here we go. People are telling Larry to pick up the phone. This is, of all times, Larry will not pick up the phone. It's when I'm beating in madness right now. But PJ Duke did put it on Cannon. I think Cannon did win back. I think he's got a blood round matchup tonight. I thought Cannon looked good, but PJ Duke's just that good. Robideau over Larkin. Here's the rematch, and I predicted Robideau to beat Larkin. If you're a Cowboy fan, you love to see this. He avenges the loss from the conference championships, and there you go. You got a Cowboy. Now, unfortunately, he's going to go up against PJ Duke. I don't like that matchup if you're a Cowboy fan. On the other side, it was Waters over Shapiro. There's so many matches going on at once. I was watching the other ones. I was really, because my disappointing one, I had Cannon Webster picked to beat Antrell Taylor. And that one hurt me. That one really, because I deeply am rooting for Cannon Webster, and that one really hurt me. So, and I thought there's just the rest, everything makes sense for Cannon to win this match. Antrell Taylor, I mean, his experience prevailed there, and hats off to Antrell Taylor, and hats off another Cornhusker there. And here's JB in the comments. Let me read a couple comments. Cornell Kevin still with his therapist. I hope not. But wasn't everyone saying PJ was going to lose to Meyer? No, not happening now. But yeah, with the Water Shapiro matchup, I did not have a chance to watch that in-depthly, that closely. So I'm anxious to hear Cornell Kevin's breakdown and what exactly happened. And I got to say this. I apologize for calling you Meyer Flaky Shaky Shapiro. I shouldn't be making up stupid nicknames like that. And that's why I was your biggest fan, Meyer. I was really rooting for you to prove me wrong. And it's unfortunate that you did kind of prove me right. But we'll hear from Cornell Kevin. 165 here, Messenbrink Hepner. Let me say this. I saw Hepner's shoulder. Okay, back to my notes, folks. Back to my notes. Hepner gave us, it's the first regular decision Messenbrink has had all year. And does this put Messenbrink out of your Hodge running? I think it does. I think Messenbrink is now out of your Hodge contention because of this. And hats off to Hepner, because Hepner, the best defense against Messenbrink, he used his offense as defense. And it was very effective. And in fact, had Messenbrink in it, and they go out of bounds, had him in that headlock, and you could see the second that Hepner's shoulder popped out of socket. And being a guy whose former shoulder ended his career, I cringed so bad I had to look away when I saw the pop of Hepner's shoulder go out in that moment. And I also know the second you pop it back in, you feel pretty great. So Hepner got it popped back in after they were rolling a stretcher out there, and comes back and only loses 6-0 to Messenbrink. So Rob Cole, shout out Rob Cole over there, and Bryce Hepner. But could that be Messenbrink's closest match of the entire tournament? In all likelihood, because on the other side, you have Alvan, who upsets Ruiz. Wasn't his only upset of the tournament. This Cesar Alvan guy, dude, Colorado, I got to check my notes. I mean, he beats Lockett, and that was the match that, oh, man, you really saw the pain the pain and in Lockett when he lost that match. Lockett had the takedown for the win in overtime against Alvin. And Alvin scrambles and was able to flip Lockett over and get the pin for the win in overtime. And Lockett just broke down. I mean, Lockett just absolutely broke down. You saw the pain on Lockett's face. He's crying. I mean, you saw David Taylor telling him, you got to keep it together. We got a challenge brick going on. Technically, you could still be in this match. And that's the pain, man. That is just, my heart hurt for that kid. I tell you right now. But that's the reality of the sport. So then Alvan goes on and beats Ruiz, because we all expected to see Lockett-Ruiz, that matchup, that rematch again. But it's Alvan who ruins everyone's madness brackets. And Cesar Alvan, Colorado, in the semifinals. On the other side, it was exactly what I predicted. Caliendo and Blaze. Caliendo looked good. Blaze looked decent. I don't know. I'm not so confident in my Blaze pick over Caliendo tonight in the semifinals anymore. I will say this. It was Araujo and Lockett and the wrestlebacks. Lockett beat Araujo. Then Lockett loses again. Lockett does not AA. And what a brutal wrestlebacks that was. But 165, Messenbring's still the guy, but possibly out of contention for the Hodge. We move on, 174. By the way, these Penn State guys are just putting it on people. They are going out there with intentions and winning just bonus points everywhere, dude. Pins and tech falls right and left. Where is Kevin? Where are you at, Kevin? Everyone's waiting to hear you, but okay, he's still good here momentarily. 174, Levi over Montanona, 18-3. Levi dominates. Kennedy over Karchula, and that was a matchup that could have went any way. It was Kennedy who prevails there. Another big win if you're a Hawkeye fan. And just total transparency here on DraftKings, Iowa was like plus money, plus 180, I think, to finish top 5. Yeah, I took that for a hundo real quick. That's a lock. They might finish top 4 the way Ohio State's looking. The other flyer I took was Nebraska, plus 800 to finish second. And I think it even moved up to plus 850. Not impossible. But Kennedy over Harchula. Minto, there's a Cornhusker for you doing his job. And right now does seem to be favored to make the finals. I think Minto-Haynes could be a toss-up finals match. I am, as much as I'd like to win money on Nebraska getting second, Levi, come on, Levi. We need you, Levi. He's local here to BEG Wrestling. Cam Steed, shout out Cam Steed. Sudden victory win over Danny Wask. Danny Wask, he's a good wrestler. They got a good program there in Navy. And great coach. And wouldn't have been surprised to see Wask win that. I do expect, don't have the Wask. So Wask has the loser of 366. So it'll be Wask and Karchula in the blood round. Oh my goodness. Danny Wask, Karchula, blood round. Winners and All-American. Moving on, 184 here. Rocco Welsh in all red. And all red got hurt. Looks like he broke his ankle, frankly, if I remember correctly. And that's unfortunate if you're a Cornhusker fan. Might put the end to Nebraska finishing second. Any opportunity at that, possibly. But it's Welsh moving on here. Montanona over Soldano. Caught him for a pin. McAnally over Nietenbach. That was a closer match than I thought it would be. And then Angelo Ferrari over Aiden Sinclair. Aiden Sinclair in on so many shots on Ferrari. Before Ferrari got that takedown, I was thinking, I don't know the path to Angelo winning this. Maybe ride out sudden victory by a second. I don't know. We saw quite a few matches, couple matches at least, that resulted. The winner was by 1 second. 1 second. And I thought maybe that's the path for Angelo. And then next thing I look, Sinclair's in and Angelo swings it around, and Angelo Ferrari and McAnally in your semifinal there. That is going to be absolute fireworks tonight, 8 Eastern. Cannot wait for that. really rooting for Angelo to win that. I think he's got a real shot. I mean, go back, regroup, one match at a time. I like Angelo's chances there. 197. Kevin's about to call. So I'll be done talking. That's good because I need a drink of water here. Barr does his job. Another Penn State bonus, sir. Folks, Novak on the other side, and Novak with a major. I thought Novak, when he barely lost to Elam, I said Elam and Novak are the same. I predicted that semifinal there. On the other end, it was McDaniel barely losing to Little. I thought he had him there, but Little, representing Little Rock there, your number 3 seed, he moves on. And Cody Merrill, okay, here's a Cowboy overperforming. And talking about overperforming, Remy Cotton getting there in the first place, who the formerly mentioned Rocky Elam upset is who he upset. But Cody Merrill, real chance to be a finalist for the Cowboys there, going up against Little in that semifinal. I think I might go Merrill at this point. Before Kevin calls in. Here's your heavyweight, baby, is Bastida Keeter. Keeter fought. Keeter beats Mirasola to get there. And, I think Keeter has wrestled a lot better than at the latter point of the season than he did to start. So hats off, Tom Brands and Ben Keeter. Bastida might just be the best heavyweight in the country. However, we might find out tonight at 8 o'clock because it was AJ Ferrari who beats Mora. And AJ Ferrari looks, and there's your other Ferrari in the semifinals. You'd love to see it. And I think AJ has a real chance of beating Bastida. Bastida did not look that great. Ferrari is looking great. AJ Ferrari both Ferraris peaking at the right time of year because, I'll be the first to say I was a little skeptical either of these Ferraris making it into the semifinals. And now here we are. They're both in there. Here's one I was not skeptical of. Tay Gadiali beating Hunter Katka. I had Gadiali in your semis. He is there, and he's going to go up against Isaac Trumbull, who defeats Doucette, another Oklahoma State Cowboy there in that quarterfinal. And the Trumbull-Gadiali match, I have that picked, but I have Gadiali picked there. But, folks, let's look at the comments here. We're all Cody Merrill fans, and here right on cue, absolutely perfect time is here to join us. And there he is. Cornell Kevin in the house. Should I play a little song, dude, to welcome Cornell Kevin. Probably not in the greatest mood right now. But we're going to get all honesty. Cornell Kevin here. And a full breakdown here. Maybe some blood round matchups. Some of the blood round matchups that I don't have yet. Folks, updates. Go to Matt Savant. Check them out for live stats. I got to see what Nebraska looks like. Their odds. But, man, overall right now, Jack's Forest Seidel tonight could be the match of the tournament. PJ Duke looks like, to me, your front runner for Hodge, in all honesty. But there he is, the man. What's
up? Sorry, I was just crying myself to sleep over there.
Yeah. Well, we're here to talk about it, Kevin. I just kind of gave my quick rundown. Quarterfinals results is what we have up on the screen, and from them you can take away the semifinals. But, hey, before we kind of go back and run through for your reaction, why don't you give us your overall thoughts here, takeaways after the quarterfinals?
Me, obviously, I'm extremely disappointed. It was brutal. It's crazy how, I've had I've been fortunate as a Cornell fan where even if we didn't have teams that were in the hunt for a trophy, we always had individuals that, were in the finals. We had a guy in the finals 15 years in a row until last year. To not have a guy in the semifinals is absolutely mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely it's something I have not felt. It just was like a horrible feeling. Just oh my gosh, we don't have anybody there, you know. Now we got four guys fighting in the blood round, but man, those matchups, Zach, are brutal.
Brutal.
All of them. I mean, number 2 Joy versus number 4 Guy, number 2 Ruiz versus number 4 Karchla, uh, Shapiro against Cardenas. Like,
Yeah.
it's brutal. So that right there, that pretty much tormented me. Now, as far as the rest of the tournament, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? I mean, just the amount of upsets and Jack's Forest, man. Woo!
Well, with that breath, Aaron Seidel.
Yeah.
I mean,
These guys are just animals.
Those two tonight is going to be, like I said, it might be the greatest match of the whole tournament after it's all said and done.
I would agree with that. Zach, at one point I looked up at the TV. The match has just started, right? And it's the 133 quarter pounders. I look up and I see 10-1, 10-1, and like 7-1. You know, it was Ben Davino beating Bird 7-1, and then the other two scores were 10-1, 10-1. I'm just like, man, these guys are just crazy. It's like they're let out of a cage and they can't even score fast enough as their mind wants them to score. Like they're just going so fast they can't even keep up with themselves. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I updated the unbeaten chart, and Jack's Forest right now, his average time on the mat is under 3.5 minutes. And the crazy thing is, Zach, is he's teching everyone, not pinning them. So he's got like one pin this year. So he's got 11 tech. He's got 11 tech falls, and his average time on the mat is under 3.5 minutes. He's teching guys in under 3.5 minutes on average. It's crazy.
Well, I thought it was funny, the contrast of just wrestling style when you watch the quarterfinals at 133 and then you move to 141, because 133 is fireworks and points on the board, and then 141 it's like a lot of defense. Like,
oh yeah,
it was just funny to see that.
I will. I'll tell you what, man. Really happy with the way Vince Cornell wrestled. Hardy's very difficult to finish on. I thought that Vince Cornella, it was frustrating, man. He wrestled the better match, you know. Hardy did not take a shot at all. He got a defensive takedown, but Cornell, he locks in that crotch and he sits out. He's so good at it. And I love Hardy. Like, I love that kid. So it's hard for me to say anything, you know.
Yeah, I said Hardy might be the craftiest guy when you're in on his leg.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it, Zach. Out of the Cornell guys, Cornella is wrestling the best, though. I mean, like, he's 27-2 on the season now. He might be the only guy that AAs, man, for Cornell. He's got a guy from Air Force coming up in the blood round. But I'm really happy with the way he wrestled. But man, we're inching closer to that Mendez Vega final, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And boy, is there a weight class you want to start at, Kevin? You want to start at 125 or?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Sorry,
let's go back and start at 125. I kind of gave my quick thoughts. Lillendahl over Peterson. Spratley goes down to Seymour. Moran over Volk, and McGowan over Ventresca there. Go ahead.
Man, I'll tell you what. Last year, I was all about Anthony McGowan. I thought, you know, he's going to do it. And then this year, I was on the train, and then I gave up on him. After I saw when he was running away from Lillendahl, and I was like, so I gave up on him. I gave up on my picks with him and everything, and then he does this. I was shocked that Jory Volk lost. I was absolutely shocked.
Agree.
Kind of give you and then Bouzakis is done, and that's something else I want to say, Zach. Bouzakis, a lot of people, they were always worried about the weight for the tournament, right? Like, oh, it's going to kill him. But what I think people didn't take into account was the longevity of doing it over and over again, because he wrestled, there was a point in the season where he majored Moran 11-2, right? At same time in the season, he tech fouled Renteria. He majored Stevo. It was around the holidays. He looked unstoppable. Then he went from majoring Moran to beating him 4-2 at conferences, and then he just got majored by him. So you can just see the dive, right?
Hmm.
And I feel for the kid. I really do because he's never AA'd yet, and he must have killed himself to make that weight, and it just didn't work out for him. So
Yeah,
I was kind of bummed for him. But yeah, man, Lilladall, I kind of was surprised how close his matches were. And I think
agreed.
Spratley is no joke right now.
No, no. Spradley looked well. I was unfortunately I had picked Robinson, so I was rooting for Robinson there, but it was
Yeah, me
Spradley
too.
who ends up
Hit the Jonesy.
yeah, with that, what was it? Yeah, and with the back
The
points, and
Jonesy,
then
man. It was
beats
like,
Robinson for the
oh,
first time. And is that forever? Or yeah.
he first time he ever beat Robinson.
Yeah,
He'd never beat him, and then he hands Sheldon Seymour his first loss, pretty
I know.
convincingly, 8-2. So phew, I don't know, man. I think that I'm really excited about that semi with Lilladall and Spratley because I think obviously David Taylor is going to have some good stuff for him. I just think it's going to be a great match. I Before the tournament started, I thought Lilladall was just going to kind of run away with it, but I don't know. So yeah, should be some good semis.
Yeah, I think I mistakenly said Seymour beat Spratley, but yeah, Spratley beat Seymour 8-2, and Spratley a 5 seed. Couple 5 seeds fell. All right, final thoughts 125. We'll go 133. You kind of touched on
Yep, go ahead.
this. People are saying Aaron Seidel is Don in the comments. Seidel's on a mission. I talked to his uncle, and he's focused on Jax. Like I said, I mean, as good as Jax has looked, man, I would not be shocked to see Seidel. But I still am going to go with Forrest here. On the other side, I'm going
Yeah,
Davino over Blaze.
yeah. Um, Davino's. I'm going to go with the guy with the offense on that side, right? Um, and yeah, Davino just put it to Bird. He was, I understand that Bird isn't, he hasn't looked great this year, but it's still hard to score on that kid, and he put up a whole lot of points against him. I don't recall a match where Bird gave up that many points. It's hard to score on that kid, and he just was firing away. Um, Jax and Seidel, I agree with you. That's going to be the match of the tournament. Wish it would have been a final, but I'm just glad that we're going to get to see it. Um, and when you see that interview with Seidel at the end of ACCs, he was all about proving people wrong and getting it done. And I mean, you gotta think it's his only college loss, right? And he just lost the skin of his teeth. He took Jax down 3 times, and then he lost a state final. He kept from getting his fourth state final from Jax. I just don't know if I can, in my head, picture him beating Jax. Like I just can't come to the understanding that I just can't envision him beating Jax. But he's got the best shot, I think, of anybody.
Yeah, he already took Jax down, what, 2 or 3 times in that match earlier this season, which in
And he
hindsight
he
seems to be.
hammered. They both hammered Larkin. You know how good Kyler Larkin is,
Oh,
and
I
both
have in my
Jax and
notes.
Seidel just hammered him.
Yeah, you might not have heard in my notes. I mean, it was Davina was up 10-2 versus Bird after the first period. Seidel was up 11-1 after the first period, and Seidel was beating up Larkin, like just physically dominating Larkin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
was
dude.
as good as Larkin is.
It, it was crazy, man. Those kids are so good. We have years of excellent wrestling to come. I mean, and I know we haven't mentioned Blaze much, but Drake Ayala was on his game this tournament. He
Yeah,
he
and
that's the toughest I think we've seen him. And Blaze did his thing.
Yeah, and I guess maybe it is just Blaze's defense is that good. It neutralized Drake Ayala, made Ayala to me just kind of look, I don't know, lethargical or just he never got anything going. Like, yeah, Blaze is
Yeah,
tough.
no, I
That'll be a
agree.
fun matchup, but man, what I saw out of Davino, how do you not pick Davino in that semifinal tonight? And is that possibly the least favored Penn State guy to make the finals? Would that be it at this point?
Out of the 8 that are in the semis,
Yeah.
um,
Van Ness, Lamer, Lilladol,
y-
Spratley,
yeah,
Duke,
that would probably,
Rabideau,
you know,
Messenbrink,
Duke is
Alvan,
not gonna
Haynes
Duke's not
Kennedy,
gonna lose.
Welsh Montanona,
Um,
Bar Novak. Bar Novak, look out for that one. But okay.
yeah, I think he's gonna have the toughest. Yeah, he's got the toughest road of all the 8 Penn State guys to make the final for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, wow. So they might. The record is 6 guys in a final. They have a shot at beating that
I
with
think
7.
7. Yeah, I think Davino's the only guy, or Blaze the
Who
only
does
Penn State wrestler.
Welsh?
Welsh
Who
has
does Welsh have?
Montanona. Montanona's good. I like them Montanona bros, but
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It was an
we look at
overtime
let
match last at conferences. It was overtime.
so
Welsh
we
beat him in
got the
overtime.
fall
I'll
over
tell you
from
what.
Bono.
Wow. I said it before it happened, but when the tournament started, I was all about Sinclair. Then I watched the way Sinclair and the way Ferrari were wrestling, and I was like, I changed my mind. I think Ferrari's going to win this, and he did. And it wasn't because Sinclair didn't have his opportunities, because I'm just
Yeah.
convinced that you can't take that kid down. Like, you can beat Ferrari, but you're not going to take it down while you're doing it. Like, the stuff he got out of was like some Houdini stuff, man. It was
I know.
crazy. 4 different times.
Yeah, I mean, and well, it's not the first time we've seen that out of him. Now, can he come back tonight and do it again up against McAnally? That's gonna be tough. Your
Yeah, he's
prediction there?
wrestling the best. I'm gonna go with Ferrari, man. I think I picked uh, Max possibly. I think I picked him to win it, but I just think that um, I think that it's gonna be a tiebreaker. I know that's not like wow, Captain Obvious, but I don't like the way Sinclair. I don't like the way anyone matches up against Rocco Welsh in tiebreakers. I think Rocco Welsh is like the tiebreaker king. But I do think that Ferrari can beat McAnally in a tiebreaker. But McNally's wrestling really good too. He's showing some offense this tournament. It's going to be a great, great semi.
Okay, that brings up another
I
question. Is Ferrari? I mean, I guess that's your Caliendo Ferrari, your Iowa finalist streak here. Is it just those two? Am I missing someone? I think that's
Iowa's
it.
got like 8 guys in the round of 12. I think Terry said something
Yeah,
crazy like that.
Iowa's wrestled well. Cornell maybe not so much this weekend. We got Caliendo at 65. Kennedy. How did I forget Kennedy up against Haynes? Okay, so
Oh
Iowa
yeah.
with 3 semifinalists. Ferrari. Yeah, Iowa has 3 semifinalists. Okay, they got Caliendo, Kennedy, and Ferrari. Are Iowa's chances? What's your best? Rank those 3.
Now,
Best chance to worst to make it. Obviously, Ferrari probably won.
well, yeah, Kennedy's definitely. I mean, Kennedy. He's been majored by Haynes like 2 or 3 times, so I don't think that that's a possibility. Uh, Caliendo's. Yeah, I mean Ferrari. Who's Caliendo? Caliendo and Blaze.
Yeah,
I've kind of after that match happened between those two, I didn't really give Blaze. I didn't give Caliendo much of a chance of beating Blaze, but since then, it doesn't seem like Blaze is really like separating himself from people that he wrestles. Whereas
I agree.
Caliendo seems to be wrestling a lot better. So I think Caliendo is going to win that match.
Really?
against
Okay.
Blaze. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Caliendo looked great, 14-3 over Parco. Caliendo has looked great all tournament, and that would give Iowa a finalist. Do you think Ferrari makes a final? Ferrari McAnally? Did you give your prediction there?
Yeah, I think I like Ferrari.
Okay,
I
so
think
that's
the
two.
streak continues. The streak continues, which is crazy, Zach, because it's going to be 49 out of 50 years, and it will be 36 years in a row
Wow.
with a
You know,
finalist.
be a
And
nice little
yeah,
ending to the Hawkeye season after a tough year, I would say. If they finish strong here
yeah,
in this tournament, and now projected, I think, on Matt Savant to get fourth as a team and beat Ohio State. No
I'm
one saw that
happy for
coming.
them. I'm happy
Yeah.
for them. There's, what about, we'll talk about it when we get there. Are we still going through the weights? What weight are
We
we
kind of
on?
lost them. Let's go to where I want to talk about 157.
Yeah.
We kind of the Shapiro Waters match. Kevin, I said there was a lot happening here. I was trying to watch a lot of matches, so I did not get a chance to watch this one as in depthly as I wanted to, but I have a feeling you did. So what happened there? It was Waters 6-5 over Shapiro.
Um, it's almost as if Shapiro, somebody talked to him and said, you can't wrestle crazy anymore. You can't do the things that makes Shapiro Shapiro. You can't, because he's so timid. It's, I mean, the first match he had against Root, it took him a little while to get going. Then he got going. But then when he wrestled Ethan Miller, it's like he took him down in like 10 seconds. And then he just kind of just strolled along the rest of the match. And that's not who he's ever been. He's always been just attack and go. Um, and he got the takedown in the third to tie it. And then he couldn't hold him down. And it was a really bad display of, it was just not a good effort. Like it's just, it's very frustrating as a fan, Zach. But, and I've got everybody messaging me. Oh, I thought Waters sucks and da da da. And I'm like, okay. First of all, I didn't say Waters sucked. I said there's no way he should ever be ranked number one, and that he was overranked. And I still feel that way. I don't think he's going to win a semi match. Um, with that being said, I just think that Shapiro's not wrestling well at all. You know, I'm very concerned about this Cardenas match because I'll tell you what, Cardenas, Shapiro beat Cardenas last time they wrestled 10-4 for third place. And I can picture Cardenas being very motivated to win this match. And he can smell the blood in the water. That's how I
Yep.
feel. Whereas
Yep.
Shapiro, this kid got third and then he got fifth, and now he's just like, you know, I don't know where his head's at, to be honest with you. I
Well, there
just
is
don't know.
something, and
So
you know what? Maybe it is a big moment thing, man. Like, cause like you almost feel like Shapiro did not leave it all out on the mat, right? Like that's what I'm hearing
he,
from you. Like he
I
got
had
timid. Why is he not going for it?
I don't know, man. It's weird. I feel like for some reason conditioning with all the guys is part of that. I feel like Cornell's not conditioned at all. I don't know. The strength. Another thing is the strength. Like it looks like they need like a strength coach or something. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say this just really quick. I'm just gonna get it out. I'm concerned, Zach, about Cornell because of a couple things. Since 2003, we've had 3+ All Americans every single year. Since 2003, we've only missed the top 10 once, and we got 12th, right? Only missed 50 points once. They got 48th. Um, they had 15 champions in a row, or 15 finalists in a row, and that was snapped last year. That streak was snapped. That was a big like whoa. And now we don't have a semifinalist. You see a guy like Shapiro, who's the number one recruit. It's safe to say he's digressing, right? Um, I'm not seeing guys improve, and the RTC is going to shambles. Like when Rob Cole left, we had out of the 6 Olympic weights, we had 5 guys competing for spots on that Olympic team, and now it's just like done, man. Like, Vito's moving up and Yanni might retire, and then and then we lose recruits like Vega and Knox. We didn't win the Ivy League. Come on. Since 2003, they won the Ivy League every single year except for 2020 when they had everybody on an Olympic shirt, and they still almost won it. So they don't win the Ivy League, and I don't know, man. It's not looking good at all. Um, I have been very tough on Coach Mike Gray. I kind of felt like he walked into a really good situation that Rob Cole left, just like Coach Chris Ayers from Stanford walked into a really good situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he won 2 team trophies. They won 2 team trophies as soon as he took over. And I don't know, man. I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think that he works hard as anyone. He goes everywhere with the kids. He does everything all summer, but something has to change because the trajectory is going down. And this is the first time where I've been like, whoa, something is just not good.
Okay, valid concerns here. Is there cause for concern for Cornell fans? You made a lot of valid points there, and we've all been focused on Iowa all season and Tom Brands, and maybe our focus should be on Mike Gray. But with Tom Brands on the hot seat all year, Iowa Don, we're going to bring him in. He's called in a time or two in the past and just get his feelings. You got to be feeling kind of good, Iowa Don. How you doing?
I am. Sorry for Cornell Kevin. I honestly, in my bracket with all my friends, I picked Jackson Joy to win that weight class. So that was a little upsetting to see that match. But yeah, no, feeling great. Honestly, Angelo Ferrari, I thought a very gutsy win for Sinclair. I thought Sinclair, honestly, might have been the best guy in that bracket. He might even be better than Rocco Walsh. He definitely has more offense than him. And, Angelo has definitely, obviously, been injured throughout the season. And, he injury defaulted out of a lot of the Big Tens. And that was I feel like that was a big confidence booster for him. He needed that, after those close losses to Rocco. And, I think he's in a good spot to beat McNally tonight too from Minnesota. I think it's going to be a battle. He's super tough next for Minnesota, but I think Angelo is going to make the finals. Kennedy, I thought looked great, getting that win versus Ohio State, and then Caliendo too. I thought Caliendo would win, but it's nice having 3 in the semis. I was concerned about that, and I thought Ayala wrestled pretty tough versus Blaze. I think Blaze is just better than him, but it was respectable.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think. Do you know who Blaze or Ayala has in the blood round tonight? Is it Leet or Davis? I didn't see who won that match.
I'm not on my computer. I'm not on my computer right now.
I think Davis lost to Composto. I think, or am I wrong?
I thought it was Leet and Davis. Winner of that is who Ayala would have, which Ayala would be a favorite to All-American, in my opinion. I expect him to win that. And if he does, then he would get the winner of, I believe, Van D and Bird. I could be wrong there, but
Keeter wrestled tough too. I forgot to mention him.
Who's that?
Keeter is having a good tournament too. I feel like for not the greatest of a regular season, he beat Mirasola, who I feel like has been wrestling very well. Especially the second half of the season, he beat him again, Big Tens and in the NCAAs, and then he wrestled, very respectable match versus the number 1 seed. So I think that he's doing a good job.
Nasir Bailey goes down to Vega. I thought he had a chance to beat him, Don. He's got a blood round matchup tonight. Overall, as an Iowa fan,
Davis is gone. Davis is out, Zach. He lost to Composto.
No. But it's a different Davis.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a different.
You're talking about it's my bad. You're talking about 33.
I'm not talking about Braden Davis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny that every time someone says Davis, I think of Braden Davis. But yeah, I knew 41-25. I'm not sure of Ayala's exact opponent tonight, but I think Ayala, will
It's
win.
late.
I think that other than Marcus Blaze has had his number all season. Other than those like freshman phenom group of the top 4 that are in the semis right now, I think Ayala can and should beat everybody else in that weight class. Honestly.
How about Gabe Arnold? I saw he won. He's still alive. I believe he has a blood round matchup opportunity to AA tonight,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, he wrestled.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw his match in round 1. Super tough versus the Oregon State. I forget his name off the top of my head.
Rodmacher, yep.
Yes. Yeah, like
that
I
was
thought Gabe
crazy.
Arnold, I mean, he was right there in that match the whole time, and he's obviously giving up a lot of size. Like he's clearly not a 197 pounder. I love Gabe Arnold. Like I think he's such a good team guy for the Hawks, and I think that the Iowa's having a better tournament than I thought with kind of how not great their regular season went.
So if I'm right,
That was
we got
crazy that his first. I mean, that first match. 2 things blew my mind. One, how ballsy is it when you were only rode a guy for 4 seconds to choose down? So the fact that Rodmacher chose down, that was insane. And then 2, dude, drop to an ankle, drop to a leg, and then let go after the 4 count. You know, you got it. You got it. I don't think he had a good plan in his head when to just ride the guy for 5 seconds. The whistle blows, go down to a leg, and go. But I just couldn't believe that whole thing. But for him to bounce, that's such a crushing loss. For him to bounce back and win all these in a row, well, great job. Like seriously.
Yeah, he's got a ton of heart. I mean, like if you look at all of his losses like this year are to good guys, and he's like, and they're, I think like I saw something, he's like 8-1 at 174. Like so all of his losses really are, because he's up at 97, and they're like overtime, like end of the match, like kind of, he's right in every match. So I feel like especially with the heart that he has, he could have like a gigantic year next year, and he's finishing solid right now too. But
so if I'm right,
Can
you got
you imagine? Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I was just gonna say blood round matchups Iowa has tonight. If I'm not mistaken, Dean Peterson blood round matchup tonight. Drake Ayala blood round matchup tonight. Nasir Bailey blood round matchup tonight. Did Ryder block? Is he still alive?
Yep.
I don't know
Ryder
off the top
block.
of my head. I think he is.
Yeah, he's got Carter. He's got Carter Young. Yep, he's still alive.
Another blood. Iowa is loaded with blood round matchups tonight. And
Keeter.
when you're All-American, lose, you're not. Keeter blood round matchup. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine being can you imagine being a guy that's wrestling Division I for Iowa, and you are asked to wrestle 3 different weight classes in the same year, and then at the end of the year they tell you that you're going to go to the NCAAs for the heaviest of the 3.
Yeah.
I know.
And tonight you
Yeah.
got a chance to be an All-American at that weight. Yeah, I said it, man.
Yeah,
Gabe
it's pretty
Arnold on a
wild.
short list for BEG Dog of the Year. If he All-Americans, that goes a
Definitely.
long way. I'll say that because, man, he's done
Yeah.
anything and everything that Tom Brands has asked of him. In fact, look at that. Look at that. Not a wrestler says Dog of the Year is either Gabe Arnold or Zach Ryder. Okay, we haven't talked about Zach Ryder. Don't forget Tate Gadiali as well. But Zach Ryder, so apparently I'm going to assume he's still alive. Yeah, he is still alive. He's got a blood round
No.
matchup tonight. Oh, no, he lost?
No,
He
I
lost.
think no, he lost Allred, I think, or let me see, who did he lose
No,
to?
not
He lost.
Allred.
Oh no, he's still alive.
Yeah,
He's
he's
wrestling
alive.
Allred.
Zach Ryder is alive.
Yeah, he
And
won it. He
Allred
won in
broke
a
his
sudden
ankle.
victory.
So, and Allred just broke his ankle. So Zach Ryder is an All-American. Wow.
Yeah.
Zach
Good for
Ryder,
him,
the
man.
guy whose shoulder's going out of socket, right, is an All-American. Hats off, Zach Ryder. What a dog, dude.
The
Yeah,
same.
I think him
the same
and
weight class.
Gable both.
Wow.
One
The,
side
same
note
weight class.
before I get going.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead,
How
man.
about because you have it up on the screen? How about that Bryce Hepner, the UNC guy, man, he wrestled Messenbrink super tough. Like he was giving him fit. I don't know if you guys watched the match. He was giving him fits. Like
Yeah.
Messenbrink couldn't take him down. It looked like he was almost going to be like taken out in a stretcher. They rolled one out. Then he finished the match. Like Messenbrink turned him once on top, but he was I mean he was like a lot better than I thought he was going to be. Like sometimes these ACC guys, like I don't, like obviously Seidel I know and like the bigger name ones, but he wasn't one that was on my radar as much. I heard his name before, but he was very good.
Yeah. He's a tough defensive wrestler. He was at Ohio State, and always very tough, really tough to score on. And he's with Ramos and Rob Cole now, and yeah, he frustrated him. And he broke the streak of he's no longer 100% bonus guy now because of
I
him.
said possibly took Messenbrink out of your highs running contention, but we got wrestling coming up tonight, folks. 8 o'clock Eastern. Iowa Don, final thoughts here, your recap, maybe what you're looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the semis. I'm probably, other than the Iowa 3 matches, I think Angelo and Caliendo will make the finals. I don't think my mind's drawing a blank now for a second. Patrick Kennedy, I don't think he's going to beat Levi Haynes. I think he'll wrestle him tough, but I just don't think I think Levi's on another level. But yeah, I think if Iowa can punch through a lot of those blood round matches, would be great to get a ton of All-Americans in there. And I think match I'm most excited for though is Jax Forrest Seidel. I think that's gonna be a crazy semifinal match, and they both score a lot, and it's good for the sport.
Yep. Totally redeem yourself, Tom
All right,
Brands.
guys, have a good night.
Blood rounder tonight.
Take care, Don.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Iowa Don.
Good job, guys.
He's feeling good.
Thank you.
Hey, if Hawkeye Terry's out there, go ahead. But Kevin, I just kind of want to go back. I don't want to make this too long, man. Any weight classes we missed? Maybe you want to touch on some thoughts.
I'm just kind of going through these round of 12 matches. Some interesting ones. You got to look at, James Conway. Remember, like he's wrestling Sinclair in the blood round, so likely not going to be an All-American. I don't picture him beating Sinclair. Kind of give myself, since I've been getting so much crap this week, a little tap on the back. 2 guys that I said were possibly going to AA are in the blood round. Riel from Brown, remember him, 197. He's in the blood round against McDaniel, the guy that had the most wins in the NCAA.
Ooh.
And Campos from American at 184.
Yeah.
The guy that he beat Conway in the EIWA finals. He's wrestling Soldano, so one of those 2 are going to be an All-American. Nothing beats tonight, Zach. The dog bone, where you got the 2 semis in the middle and then the blood round matches on the outside.
Yeah.
This is crazy that it's crazy to me, Zach, that the bracket worked out where there's 2, both, Joy and Ruiz are 2 seeds, and they're wrestling a 4 seed in the blood round. It's crazy. A 2 versus a 4 twice.
Wow. Yeah, there were some incredible wrestleback matches like Lockett, Arujo. I said last night when I was lining it up, I said, no way are they facing. And then, this is what you get, folks. I mean, in the blood round matchups tonight and your wrestlebacks could be even more fun or equally as fun as the semifinal matchups. Like I said, Iowa with a number of guys in the blood round, that's going to go a long way into whether they get top 5, top 4. I think they pretty much locked it up. But
looks like the winner of Karchla Ruiz gets the winner of Matt Nona and Singleton. So that's pretty wild. And it's weird because since Ruiz looked like a shell of himself in that last match, then after that he just starts smoking people. He pins Sima, and then he beats Disciante 12-1. It's like, man.
Yeah, how many people had
it has me
Ruiz?
shaking my head.
I had Ruiz going to the finals, and I thought Ruiz Minto was a toss-up. I picked the wrong one there. Does look like Minto likely there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Oh, my gosh. So, I don't know, dude, if Joy... There's a chance that Joy's not even wrestling because he screwed something up in the second period there. Where he's not well.
So is there an injury?
He's not
Is that
well
what
right
happened?
now.
Like I said,
Yeah,
he was
there's
up.
yeah.
Where are my
He was
notes
up
here?
7-1 going into the
7-1.
third, and then he lost 12-9. But it's not an excuse. I'm just saying I'm not saying it to say his excuse. I'm saying it. I'm wondering if he's going to wrestle the next match. He's wrestling Guy, who he wrestled at CKLV and he beat 5-1. Guy beat Biskins. Biskins did an All-American. That's crazy. And this whole bracket is just nuts at 149. The winner of Guy Joy wrestles Frost Wazalewski. Yeah, that's just that whole bracket's nuts. But 157, I just wanted to look at the round of 12 real quick. You got Larkin versus Canterbone, Cannon versus Swisher, and then you got Kai Owen. I said
Yes,
3 months ago, Kai Owen is good All-American, but I don't see him beating Cannon Webster. So, but he got close. Zach, I have a really bad feeling as a fan about this upcoming round for myself. So,
Why? You don't even have everyone wrestling.
I got in the blood round, dude. I feel like I'm very confident that Cornell is going to win, but I don't know about the other three.
Who Shapiro have?
I don't. Cardenas.
Shapiro, Cardenas. Joy might
Joy is wrestling
up against
Guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if he's okay, he already beat him. It's definitely a winnable match, but I don't know what's going on, so we'll see. And then Ruiz and Karchla. Karchla is the two guys I said that made me nervous coming into the tournament was Minto and Karchla.
Wow.
So we'll see, man.
So how many?
But man, there's going to be so many good
blood
matches.
rounders tonight. Is that it?
Yeah. And this is a streak of 23 years where they've had at least 3 All-Americans, and that's definitely
they could have 1 All-American. They could technically have 0
All-Americans. Yeah, they could. I don't see Cornell losing to Noggle from Air Force, but
if Cornell has 0 All-Americans, are you calling for Mike Gray's job, Kevin? I mean,
it's hard for me to call for a guy's job, right? Because who am I?
Yeah,
but regardless of what happens, something's got to change, man. Right? And I'm saying like just whatever they're doing in the room, they don't seem to be conditioned, and the strength seems to be off, and they're not, I don't know, maybe this wrestling half the year stuff, it seems like, I don't know, maybe a little less focus in the freestyle and a little more focus in the folk style. I don't know. I just things are not looking good, man. All the concussion issues. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. They got to do something different. This isn't a good. Not
a good look.
Not good at all. And then you wonder about recruits. Zach. How many recruits see this and are like, that kind of stuff worries me.
Yeah, we didn't even touch on the recruiting, but all right. Well, it's been fun, and it's about to be a lot more fun tonight. Kevin, you want to go live tonight after the?
Yeah, if you're down for sure, man. Right. Dude, Bastida 17 tech falls this year.
Yeah, but were you that impressed with him up against Keeter? Bastida did not tech fall Keeter.
No.
Him and AJ. Who you got in that semifinal? Bastida, AJ Ferrari. I think I'm going to go AJ right now.
I think, dude, yeah. No, I can't do it, man. Bastida will win. How about Gadiali and Trumbo, man? That is a good one.
I'm rooting for Gadiali.
That is a fire matchup, man.
Who do you got in that?
Woof. Gadiali.
I got Gadiali too. Yeah. Let's go your picks. 97 Bar Novak. Who do you got? And then Little Merrill.
I wish so bad Novak would win, but Bar's probably going to win. And then what was the other one?
Stephen Little, Cody Merrill.
Oh, I'll go Merrill. Did you see how Little almost lost? He got called with a stalling with 1 second left in the third.
I know, and I was rooting
It was
hard.
He was winning 1-0.
I was
Crazy.
rooting hard for McDaniel. Get another Cornhusker double-digit seed there. I put $50 on Nebraska to get second. They got a real shot. Oklahoma State. 184, your picks here. We got Welsh, Monona, Magnelli, Ferrari. Your official picks here before tonight, Kevin.
Welsh, Ferrari.
Yeah. Okay, like it. 174. Haynes, Kennedy, Minto, Steed.
Haynes, Minto.
165, Messenbrink, Alvan, Caliendo, Blaze.
I'm going to go Caliendo and Messenbrink. But good job, Alvan, man.
Yeah.
That's
run.
awesome. Good for him.
What a run. He can pull off one more. It'd be incredible. Frank W. says, at this point, who do you predict getting number 2 in the team race? I mean, Oklahoma State is favored to get second right now, but Nebraska is right there. Go to mattsavant.com. They got live tracking. Nebraska has a chance to get second, but it's going to be likely Oklahoma State.
So it's
Iowa,
Penn State at 105, Nebraska 66, Oklahoma State 64.5, Iowa 50, Ohio State 44. So it's looking like I can see the 4 teams kind of separating, Well, obviously Penn State, but
Penn State sets
I didn't know
record?
Nebraska. Wow.
Yeah, Nebraska's
I don't
there,
think
baby.
so, man.
No, you don't think Penn State sets a record? No.
I don't know.
absolutely
It depends. Well, they don't have the 10 AAs. Are they gonna? How many champs are they gonna have? If they get 7 guys in the finals and they win like 5, then yeah. But I think that's what it's gonna take to get that record.
I think that's what they'll do. Messenbrink,
Is
Caliendo,
Mirasola still in it?
No, he's out. Braden Davis is out.
Oh, yeah, dude, that hurts, man. When you don't have those placement points, because think about it. If you got like 8th, that's 6 points each. That's 12 points. That's a lot of points. Plus the advancement points and any bonus on that. That's a lot of points they're missing. So I think they'll need to get 7 finalists and like 5 or 6 champs to break that record, I bet.
Well, it was Christian Carroll who beat Mirasola just before we went live. So yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. That could come down to that. But all right. Then yeah, maybe we'll be back.
Oklahoma State will get second.
Yeah, that's what I predict as well. But really rooting for Nebraska. And let's go Hawkeyes, baby. We got a lot. It's blood round, baby. Dog bone tonight. It's the greatest night of wrestling all year, folks. So, Kevin, look at that, man. Before we go, we had a nice little super chat from JB. Says Waters is such a great kid. He's hard not to root for. He has trouble with size. Shapiro seems like a maturity issue. West Virginia coach made him shake Ty's hand. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised Shapiro wasn't happy. Braden Davis wasn't happy at the end of his match. But, yeah, Ty Waters.
The West Virginia coach made Shapiro shake Ty's hand?
I guess. Maybe that's... Well, thank you, JB. No, and I missed that. But I did see Braden Davis wasn't happy. Hold on.
Oh,
One
yeah.
final comment. Larry, when this is over, go check Madness score. You're so happy about. Look at your max remaining points. I have a feeling. All my champions are still alive, Larry. All my champions are still alive, folks. And, yeah. I'm not doing that bad. Not doing that bad, Larry. I think I'm still ahead of you, but all right, folks. Blood round tonight. Dog bone tonight. We should be back later tonight. Live reaction after your semifinals. All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, thanks.